I got a call from Pragna. And she says, man, we've got an event. What event? It says Kandura Rally.
Fast and Furious, what you see on the sets, actually lined up there in front of you. Sit in the car and actually push on the gas and feel the rumble. This is your show.
When Pragna first joined our chapter, and a few months in, she started announcing that this is her event.
They all came to say, what is this Kandura Rally? What is this Kandura?
I've never seen so many people in one place who all loved cars.
We wanted to have a memory, an event where we all cherish and look again and again for life.
All the 7 core values of BNI came into play during the event, and I actually saw it and I felt it.
If it was probably not BNI, that event wouldn't have been that so colorful.
It was actually a carnival.
The first 30 seconds when I announced about Kandura Rally, there was immense, so much interest from the members, like name it, from Jamal, from Mr. Pradeep, from Shazil, everybody, including there was a lot of brands who were interested to sponsor from BNI members itself, Normally when you do concerts or you do festivals, your focus is to sell tickets, and that's how, the PR happened with Pradeep. In fact, it started when I was not even a member.
One afternoon, I get this call from Orbit Events saying, they have this event and they're looking for 2 things, sponsorships and also a PR partner. It's the first time that I'm actually meeting her. We have this discussion, we talk about some of our clients that could be part of the event. We also talk about the PR part of it, right? How we could be a partner and stuff.
So when I announced the first 30 seconds, Shazil was really excited. He said, let me know how I can be part of the thing. Shazil set up a nice photo booth, which had the screens, of course, as a backdrop.
We helped provide some digital signage screens throughout the venue, some directional signage as well outside the venue for people who are driving by in Motor City who could know more about the event. So this actually was great publicity, great advertisements for non-members, non-BNI members who got to know about the event. And because it was a free to attend event, people could just walk in as well.
Since it was Kandura Rally, our main criteria was to publish in Arabic newspaper and all that. So he really pulled it off. Like he gave me the post-event report, I would have not imagined. And that's till date we have been showing it to our clients and brands that, how the pre-event, post-event and how it was covered very well in various media, especially Arabic.
The first time that we did this event was actually at, Silicon Oasis. And then we realized, where better you can actually have it. And then she actually did the next one somewhere around Dubai Museum. And then the next one actually was at the next 2 events I've been at the Autodrome. How can we better ourselves to be, a better partner for this event next time?
It was received not only by the Arabic community, but even expats. Even a lot of social media influencers came wearing Kandura. So I had given the brief to Yash that this is my audience who's coming. So he really did the decor, did everything as per the theme. The food was amazing. It was really nice. People enjoyed it.
It is challenging because every person has a different taste profile, has a different palate, has a different preference. We would be able to at least meet the requirements of at least 80% of the nationalities, which would be largely Middle Eastern cuisine, Arabic specifically, in looking at Pan-Asian, and of course you're looking at continental. If you have these 3 or 4 main taste profiles and menu items in your menu, I think you can get away with at least satisfying 80% of the members there.
After my 30-second announcements, Jamal came to me, Pragna, I have a title sponsor for you. And that was Autotech.
When Kandura Rally as a project came from Pragna, I was the strategist for one of our client. We used to give content strategy, also business strategy as a whole, a company called Autotech. So we decided to be the main sponsor because the brand was very new and we want to make some noise in the market. We locked with Orbit Events that Autotech is going to be the main sponsor. Then the responsibility became double.
Orbit is very well known in the market, and people know Pragna about her, that every year she comes up with something new. When I told her that we can have one section of motorsports entertainment, and those who cannot drive, but they can at least become a co-pilot and have a passenger experience next to the drifter, in a professional drift cars.
When I came to know that he actually runs a drift school, like he teaches people how to drift. So first thing I told him, can you put up a nice drift show?
So she liked that and she said, yeah, let's bring it on.
In 1 hour's time, his was the first thing that was sold out at the event, the drift experience.
We thought it's the best place to bring different people with different backgrounds, interests for cars. You have classic car lovers, you have people who are into sports cars, and bringing that whole fraternity together under one roof was the clear vision for this event.
Sanjeet has been there like throughout.
I lead a team of the marketing and also the PR, trying to ensure that this message of Kandura Rally is reaching out far and wide, and we need to ensure that the right people are attending, the right footfall, to ensure that we reach out to this entire network of people and communities. We need to have a strong structure when it comes to a framework for PR.
Imagine a car show which has never happened in the history of Dubai happened, and it was like we had 100% participants. We had a Hummer electric car launched in the first edition.
The biggest collaboration that we had this year was Hot Wheels from the US. So they found value in associating with the Middle East through Kandura Rally. So for the first time ever, they did the Hot Wheels Legend Store. The winner of this year's edition, that car gets manufactured into the next Hot Wheels toy for the next season.
During the event, it actually rained unexpectedly 2 or 3 times.
And we all thought that the event will stop.
And it rained and all the lights went off.
That's a nightmare for every event planner. We don't know how intense it is going to be, because it's not just the equipment. Everything has got linked through cables. There's a connectors. The cable could be insulated, but there is water going through, slight leak through the cable through a connector. That could be a problem, and a speaker could stop working. There are so many points of failure.
But Rajesh's team was so prepared. After the rain, everything was back to normal.
And if it was not for Rajesh and his team and Shazil and his team, in fact, all of us together as BNI, it wouldn't be the same.
And people really enjoyed. It was like rain, cars, and yeah. Lina was introduced to me by Shazil.
So I knew that she was in the art space.
Like closer to the event, we had all the elements covered. So I was telling Shazil, yeah, everything is going fine and cool. And Shazil is like, why don't you add the art? So I was like, yeah, I'm trying to search for somebody who's into graffiti art. So Shazil is like, we have a member across chapter. She could bring in the art flavor, So we had a booth area specialized. We had saved it for the art.
So my challenge was actually that how will people actually come to my gallery when it's not an art show? Dubai being Dubai and the variety of people that we have here, it was not so difficult to entice people to the gallery because we had workshops happening there, which kept the attendees busy.
That was one of the busiest booths.
Parents who wanted to enjoy the Kandura Rally put their children in our art workshops where we were guiding the kids for how to paint. We had clay workshops, we had fabric painting there. So there was this one particular family where they came in and they were mesmerized by this huge artwork of a camel on a car.
That was one of the major attractions people came to see, especially BNI members, because I think everybody was aware about that she's creating something unique for the event at the event. I saw Ahmed at BNI Gala event. He was hosting the event, and of course I loved his energy.
For me, it felt at home because I grew up in Dubai. So for me, the whole Emirati culture and the multicultural feel to it, it just felt at home, to be honest. I've never seen so many people in one place who all loved cars. So just being a part of that environment, honestly, as a host, it was incredible. But this was the first time I saw so many of us from BNI collaborate on one event. It was amazing.
We made sure that everything is planned very well in advance. As event as a whole, one side we locked the client as the main sponsor. Second side is Pragna as the event organizer. Third, Shazil, he came on board. Then we convinced the client to have some LED boards also in his booth. Then the responsibility becomes doubled. Okay, there's another BNI member is on the platform that how we can elevate Shazil's LED business to next level with proper content.
The success of this event is taking ownership.
In BNI, when you collaborate, I realized that it's much more than the relationship what you have with a supplier. They go more and beyond. It's like, it's like a family doing the event together.
When you begin the event, it is actually Pragna's event. So its success also lies in our collaborative spirit as well. And it's exactly with that, all of them approach.
If it's a non-BNI event, it's an event. We are just a vendor, right? If it's a BNI collaborated event, you're not a vendor. You're part of the event.
The joy of seeing everyone come together and collaborate is and the happiness which comes out of doing it is something which I look for.
The support that comes from being a BNI member is massive.
The punctuality, the commitment level, the loyalty it comes there with the guarantee. I'm a strong believer of all the core values of BNI.
And also the power of teamwork that was brought to life. We didn't feel like we're working with different BNI members from different chapters. All of us were in one group.
The twist and the turns that happened, we knew that because of the relationships that we had, we would see this event through.
BNI is heart.
We give, we will actually receive. And that has kept BNI going for now, 40 years now. And I think this community will only grow.